Here we have my next doily. I know it looks super crazy, but in this step-by-step tutorial, I'll be showing you how to crochet this wonderful doily. This doily almost has a medieval kind of gothic motif about it with these swirls that you may find in medieval architecture. So that's what it kind of reminds me of, and it's a really cool doily. Another friend of mine said that these kind of look like worms, but I like how the legs all connect with one another seamlessly all the way around, and when you look at it from afar, it looks very crazy, but in a good way. So this is the doily. Each of the centerpieces are made of motifs, 6-legged pinwheel motifs, and it's surrounded by this beautiful border that has lattices and treble crochets and single crochets, and it creates this wonderful shape all the way around. So it's a very easy doily to make, believe it or not. We make each of the individual motifs, so it's pretty much copy and paste. Once you know how to do one, you just copy and paste the other ones all the way around, and then you create the border. This is a customizable size doily, so you can customize its size to create any size you want. So once you start with the center, you just keep putting more around it, and then if you want more, you put more around it to as big as you want. So I know doilies usually stop at a certain round, for example up to around 35, and that's where just the pattern ends. This pattern, you can create it as big as you want. So if you have that really big table that no doily seems to fit, this is the tutorial for you. Just keep adding more motifs all the way around, and then when you're done, add the border, and that's it. This doily measures 11 inches in diameter using size 10 crochet thread, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 motifs in the center. This is part of my customizable sized pieces, where this is a circular doily. Check out my channel because I also have a rectangular table runner that you can customize its length and width, and also a oval table runner that you can customize its length and width. So if you have a rectangular table that you need a big table runner for, check that tutorial out. And if you also have maybe an end table or another dining table that has curved edges and you want more of an oval type table runner, check out that other tutorial as well. Because in both those tutorials you can customize its length and its width to whatever size you want. But in this tutorial we're doing a circular doily, or any sized circular place that you want to place it on. It's going to add a lot of detail, and again, any size that you want, just keep making it bigger as you go around. So this is a very simple doily. As soon as you know how to make this one motif, basically you just copy and paste. So unlike a traditional doily where each round is different and you're going to have to look at each round, for 80% of this doily you're doing the same thing over and over. You're just creating this motif over and over again. So that's what this doily is about. I'm going to show you how to create it step by step, just like all my tutorials, how to create this. So if you are a beginner at crochet, that's fine. I'm going to show you how to do everything. All you have to know is how to do basic crochet, and I will teach you the rest. The materials for this doily, I'll be using a size 10 crochet thread. This is the other doily that I'm making for you, so make sure to subscribe and check out my channel for that, because this will be a cool looking doily as well. But it's a size 10 crochet thread, and it's curio crochet thread. It's 100% cotton, 721 yards per ball. And I have a review on my channel on this crochet thread, so I definitely recommend it. Check out that review on my channel. And with that crochet thread, I use a size 1.8mm steel crochet hook for this doily. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please check out my other videos on my channel. Definitely check out those other customizable size table runners if you're interested. And I also have other doilies and projects on my channel. So check out my channel for more videos, subscribe for more tutorials, and thank you for watching. Now let's get started. Step 1. You want to go to the video where I show you how to crochet this motif. I crochet it in a larger sized yarn, so it's easier to see where you do your crochet stitches and your twists and your turns to crochet this wonderful 6-legged pinwheel motif. Once you're done that, you're going to step 2, come back to this video where I will show you how to attach multiple motifs together, and that's basically the doily. You copy and paste those instructions to create it as large as you want. And then afterwards, step 3, we create the border, which is in this video as well. Okay? So it's as simple as that, steps 1, 2, 3. So that was how we create this first pinwheel. Now I'm going to show you how to connect your second pinwheel to the first one. So you're going to start off with creating the first leg up until your first picot is finished. Okay, so I've done my first leg, my first picot, and I'm starting my second picot. So we're going to attach the second picot to this first pinwheel. Lay your pinwheel down, we're going to attach the second picot to this first picot at the end here. Okay, so pick any side you want. At the end, this last picot, attach it to the second picot of your new pinwheel. So we're going to start by chain 2, 1, 2. Now we're going to attach it to this last picot here of any leg that you wish. So you're going to go underneath and slip stitch, pull loop through, chain 2, 1, 2, and then you're going to continue your next picot. So 4 single crochet into the back loop followed by a picot. One, 2, 3, 4, and finish your picot and continue. So that's the first leg. We're going to attach the second leg to this same first pinwheel. So that's our first leg right there. We attached it. Now we're going to finish our picots to the end, single crochet into the next single crochet on the circle like normal. Turn your work, start a new leg. Here I am. I finished these last 2 picots and I finished my single crochets and I connected it to the center circle here, and then I did my chain 14 for my second leg. Now we are going to attach it to our third picot like normal, like how we did here. 1, 2, 3, attach it to there, and we're also going to attach it to the end of this leg here that we attached this part here to. So this leg, the same leg, we're going to attach to the center here. So at this center, we are going to have 2 points of connection, one at this corner and one at this corner. The first one will be at this corner and we're going to attach it now. So here is my 14 chains. Okay, so once again I turned my work, I did my 14 chains. We're going to first attach it to the third picot of this new motif. We're going to call it the new motif of this new motif. Attach it to the third picot like normal to create your second leg. And now we're going to attach it to this leg, the corner of the old motif, the one that's connected. So we're going to go from the bottom up into this corner here, like that, and just do a slip stitch to connect, like this. So it's connected here, it's connected in the corner, and we're going to work back onto this second leg of our new motif. So turn your work and just begin working your single crochets into this 14 chains. So once again, 21 single crochets just like normal, all the way to the end. So I worked the end here, 21 single crochets, then I did my next one into this center circle like normal. I'm going to turn my work and do my single crochets into the back loops of each of the 21 single crochets that I did. So just like normal, we're going to work all the way to the end. So here I am, I'm almost done my 21 single crochets into the back loop. I've got 2 more to do, 1 and 2, 21. Now this is where I am. Okay, so we attached here, we attached here. This is the corner at the end of this first leg. Now we're going to finish attaching the second point of the second leg to this first leg here. So attach this to this. So after your 21 single crochet, you're going to be here. We're going to close it off like this. Attach it. And we did our first point in the corner here. Now we're just going to attach it to the second point in the corner. So you'll notice that there's this loop right at the edge here. You're going to go into this loop here, complete a slip stitch, and turn your work around. We've attached this leg to this leg at the corners, so it provides a continuous line. We've attached this picot, and we've attached this leg to this leg like normal right there. Okay, now we're going to attach this leg to this next picot here. So our first picot, attach it to this picot here on this second leg. Okay, so here's the first leg of the old motif. We attached the picot here. We attached the two corners here. Here's our second leg. Here's our second leg of the old motif. We're going to connect it to this picot here. So after we turn our work, we're going to single crochet into the 21 stitches that we've done. So ignoring this slip stitch, do not single crochet into the back loop of that slip stitch we just made. Instead, you're going to go directly into the single crochets of the 21, the back loop like normal. Do your single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4, followed by, because we're connecting to this one, we're going to chain 2. 1, 2, slip stitch into this picot on the old motif, chain 2, 1, 2, and continue working your picots until the end on your new motif. 1, 2, and let me show you what we have so far. 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it looks like this. Okay, so we're going to continue our picots all the way to the end and connect to the center once again. So I'm going to do that. And here's our piece. Once I get to the center, this is what it looks like. So at this point, we're just going to continue with the rest of our 6 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Connect the first one to the 6th one. Just how we created this first motif, same thing. And then you will have 2 motifs complete. So we're done connecting this new motif to the old one. We've connected to the points that we want to already, and we're just going to finish this new motif. Then afterwards, I will show you how to connect your remaining additional motifs, as many as you like. So once again, this is where we connected. We connected new motif, the first leg, second picot. The first, second, third, fourth picot. The first one is free. The second one is attached to this leg on the old motif, the last picot here. Then into the third picot here, we attached our new leg, and we also attached this new leg to the old leg to create a continuous line. So we had 2 points of connection, one at this corner and one at this corner. This picot here remember, is already connected to this leg like this. So you connected here and here for this new leg to create a continuous line. Then you connected the first picot, so 1, 2, 3, 4 of the new leg, to this second picot of the old leg on the second leg. So this first leg, the second leg, first picot, second picot, you connect this first picot to this second picot here. And I know it's a lot of words what I'm saying, but it's more visual than anything. So once you lay it flat, put it together, you'll see where you need to connect it. Here, here, and here. And then once you're done this, you continue your leg, and then continue the rest of your legs. Once you finish your first 2 motifs, you're going to connect all your remaining motifs that you have yet to create, and you're going to connect them as you make them. Okay? So I'm going to show you the points of connection. It's the same as we've done before, just with an extra leg. Here I have a couple of pieces already connected. I want you to ignore this one. Ignore that. I want you to focus on this one right here. What I've shown you with the blue motif is the first 2 legs. So here's my legs of connection, 1, 2, and the third one will be the new one. So ignoring that, the first 2, here's what we have connected to the old motif. Okay, so this will be our old motif. This is our new motif. This is what we've connected previously. Here's our first leg, and here's the leg we attached it to, right here. Here's the second leg, and here's the same leg we attached it to. We've connected it here with our 2 points of connection right there to create a seamless line. And on our second leg, we attached it to this second leg of the old motif right here. So 1, 2, 3. Those are our points of connection. And this would have been empty on yours. Now for the next, yours would look like this now. You're going to have your two motifs, right? Side by side, ignoring all of this, ignore that. You just have these two motifs there. You have your paste. You're going to create a new motif, and this is where you're going to connect it in between the two, right? You're going to connect your first leg here. You're going to have your second leg here, and then you're going to attach the second leg to this picot here. So same thing that I explained here. Now we're working on our third motif, right? So here's our motif. Your first leg here, your second leg here, and your second leg there, right? Now you'd have this spot remaining. So once you've done that spot, your first two legs of connection, you have this second motif with your third motif. The second motif, you're going to repeat basically what you did with the first motif. You're going to connect it here, which is the equivalent to this. Then you're going to connect it here, which is the equivalent to this. And then you're going to connect it here, which is the equivalent to this. And that's going to give you your 1, 2, 3 points of connection again. So you have 1, 2, 3 points of your first two legs. And then your second and third leg, you're going to have your next 3 points of connection. 1, 2, 3. And that's going to finish your motif. And that's what we did here. Okay, so here's our first two legs with our first motif. 1, 2, 3 points of connection. And then here's the second one. We're going to continue connecting the second leg and the third leg to the motif. So the second leg will be connected here. So this is the first picot, so 1, 2, 3, 4 of the second leg. The first picot is connected to this part here. The second picot is connected to this second motif here. So here's our first point of connection, second point of connection, third point of connection. Okay, so on the second leg of your new motif, your first picot connected to the second leg of your first motif. You have your second picot connected to this leg of your second motif. Then you're done. Then you're going to finish your leg like normal. Then you're going to work on your third leg, 1, 2, 3, your third leg. You're going to connect your third leg like normal to your second leg. And then you're also going to connect it to this leg of the second motif here to create a seamless line. Connect it at your 2 points, 1, 2. Then as you work your last row with the picots, you're going to take your first picot, attach it to this third leg of this second motif here. And then that's it. Then you're going to continue. First, second, third. Okay? And you'll know you've done it correctly if you have this center kind of triangular hole connecting your 3 motifs together. So I know that was a lot of information, so we're going to go over one more time. Here is our first 2 motifs that we did. We're attaching our third motif and any other motifs, because you're always going to be attaching any new motif to the previous 2. So here's 2, here's the third. The third one will attach to this one and this one. Here's our new motif here. It's going to attach to the previous 2, this one and this one, right there. Okay, you have 3 points of connection on one side and 3 points of connection on the other side. The first 3 points of connection are with the first 2 legs, 1, 2. And it will be here, here, and here. Then you have this centerpiece. Your next 3 points of connection are going to be with the second and third legs. Here, here, and here. Then you're going to continue your motif. And that's what we did here. The first 2 legs, the first point of connection here, here, and here. The second set of connections with legs 2 and 3, here, here, and here. And then you continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and as you lay them together, you'll see where the connections really are, but that's where you put them. And then you just continue your motif like normal. When you are finished, you're going to create a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 motifs. When you're on your 7th one, I'm going to show you now where to connect your pieces together. So you're going to work until you're on your 7th. So here we are on our 7th. I've connected my first 3 legs already to the previous 2 motifs. So here's my first, second, third connection of the first 2 legs, and our first, second, third connection of our second and third leg. And now we have to connect this last motif to this motif here. And all we're going to do is connect the second motif to this motif here, where it lines up, like that. And then I'm going to continue my work. Okay? So I worked ahead here, so I'm going to reverse my work a little bit. So here's our second picot of this third leg. 1, 2, 3. This first leg is connected. The second picot, is here. 1, chain 2, and we're just going to connect it like normal to this picot that lines up. Chain 2, and single crochet into the remaining loops in the back, and finish your picot like that. See what we did? We connected that one to there. Once we attach the third leg, the second picot of the third leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, the second picot of the third leg, once we attach that to close this middle circle here off, we are going to continue the leg like normal, finish the last 2 picots to the center, do your next single crochet into the next single crochet of the center here. Then you're going to turn your work and do your 4th leg. So I did my chain 14 and I attached it to this third picot of the previous leg like normal. And I'm going to attach it here and here. And that's going to be our last points of connection for this final motif. Okay, so we're going to attach it here and here like normal. 1 in the corner and 1 in the corner. Then on our last row, we are going to attach it to this final picot and finish. Okay, so I will show you. So I've attached my chain 14. Now I'm going to attach it to this corner here. Okay, so here's the corner of that. Then I'm going to turn my work once it's attached and do my 21 single crochets into this chain 14. After my 21 single crochets, here's my circle. The next single crochet, I will do a single crochet in there. Turn my work. And then like normal, I'm going to go back here with 21 single crochets into the back loop of each of these single crochets we just made. So here we are back. We're going to attach it to the next corner here. So 1, 2 points of connection with a slip stitch to connect this seamless joint. So here's this part here. Here's the corner that we want to connect it to. So the slip stitch, turn your work. And then we're going to work on our last row of single crochets and picots. So the first 4 stitches, we're going to do single crochets into the back loops like normal. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and we're going to connect our first picot here with this picot there as it lines up. So our first picot of our fourth leg with this picot here, which is the 1, 2, the second picot, 3, 4, the second picot of this leg here. So here we're on our first picot, 1, chain 2, slip stitch into this second picot of this leg on this other motif, chain 2, and continue working your picots and your single crochets on this fourth leg. And then you're just going to work all the way until the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now it's connected. Okay, so we're just going to continue working our last 2 picots, connect it to here, do our last 2 legs, and that will finish our motif. No more connections. We're done all the connections for this final motif. And that's how you do your final motif. So whether you have 7 motifs, whether you have more than 7, whether it's a big giant doily you're going to make, the last one, that's how you do your last motif. That's where you connect it. So finish your last motif like normal, and then I will meet you back here where we will work on the edging.